Welcome back, homesteaders. It's March on the homestead, and my honeybees are finally stirring after a very long winter. What you're seeing here is a still shot of them hard at work. They're collecting pollen substitute from a plate that I put out. This is basically a product that a friend of mine suggested, pollen substitute. It's supposed to help basically jumpstart the bees for the season. And I'm usually not a fan of using substitutes, but this year's winter was really tough on the bees, so I'm up for anything right now. So early spring is a big moment for the bees. They're emerging from the hives and the queen's starting to lay eggs again. But with little to no flowers blooming yet in my area, the natural pollen is scarce and their winter stores might be running low. That's where the pollen substitute comes in. It's a chance to give the bees a protein boost and keep the colony strong. Now take a close look at the bees. These are worker bees. They're all female and the backbone of the hive. Their bodies are covered in branched hairs that grab pollen like magnets. The hind legs have pollen baskets or corbiculae, plus tiny combs and presses to pack pollen in. You can see them loading up the substitute right now, turning it into neat little bundles for the flight home. It's amazing how nature equips them for this. One bee can visit 600 flowers a day when things really get going. These workers live short, busy lives, about 6 weeks in the active season, because they literally work themselves to death. Over winter, though, they hang on for months, clustering in the hive and living off stored honey. Right now, they're in transition, survivors from winter stepping up as the queen ramps up egg laying. Inside the hive, younger house bees will take this substitute, pack it into cells near the brood nest, and mix it with honey to make what's called bee bread. Bee bread is what feeds the larvae. There's little grubs that grow into the next generation of workers. A healthy hive can use pollen fast, so this early boost is key. Pollen's more than just food. It's the hive's protein, vitamins, and minerals all rolled into one. When they're out foraging later, they'll pick up grains from thousands of plants, bringing back a rainbow of nutrients. Some of that pollen rubs off on flowers too, kickstarting pollination. Pollination is a big deal because strong bees mean better crops down the line. This substitute doesn't pollinate, but it keeps them ready for the real thing. As a beekeeper, I love watching this teamwork in action. From the foragers you see here to the house bees storing it, every worker has a role. When a worker bee emerges from its cell, its actual first job is to clean its own cell to make room for more eggs. It's a life cycle of purpose we can all admire. Supporting them now sets the stage for a thriving season. So that's the story of this plate of pollen substitute, a little help from me and hopefully a big impact for them. As spring unfolds, I'll share more, maybe a peek inside the hive or what happens when the wildflowers bloom. For now, I'm just soaking in the buzz of these tough little workers. They remind me of why I homestead, to work with nature, not against it. Thank you for watching, and as always, make it a great day. Bye!